Hello, Scorpio. Well, welcome to you. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. It is for all Scorpios everywhere who need or want to hear it. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for all the prosperity that you contribute to the channel. How does it feel to have the sun in your fifth house? Because this is a big time for you. Now it's interesting that the sun is in your fifth house and the moon is in your first house. So we've got a lot of, could it be a wishy-washiness? Yeah. I think it's going to be very difficult to focus on, it's going to be very difficult to focus on anything that isn't what your heart desires. Let's put it that way. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good thing. There's such a blessing when you know, when you're not even almost universally not allowed to put your energy into anything but what your heart really desires. It's a level of focus that you may not have experienced in a long time, because Moon in Scorpio, especially Moon in your first house, can really kind of make your emotions so overwhelming that you try to hide from them because the moon is in Scorpio. So Moon in Scorpio behaves like that. The more you feel something, the more you try to hide from it. So you could be playing this sort of cat and mouse game. But honestly, with the sun in Pisces, with the sun in your fifth house, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to not know what it is that you feel. You may be trying to still keep it from somebody else, but ultimately it's gonna show itself. We start off the week, this video debuts on 2/22/2022, and there's such a creative power that's happening now. There's such a level up expansion of who you are or what's possible, that even with your depth of being able to keep your emotions to yourself, there's just this impossibility toward toward showing what it is you are actually feeling, revealing this at least emotional truth about who you are. And now it's time to take advantage of it. It really is, because when else are you going to get this energy that you are able to control, that you're able to grapple and wrap your hands around and not deny and not hide, and be so empowered by it that you're not afraid of it or in need to suppress it or repress it. Go for it is what I'm saying, Scorpio. Scorpio, you were the ones that absolutely rocked the house on last week's Vimeos. So you are the sign that's going to get that special reading at the end of this week on Friday. So this Friday, I'm going to go live for you guys at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that's Los Angeles time, 2 p.m. So I hope you guys can join me for that. And yeah, let's get into the cards. It's been hard for me to focus. Don't be surprised if you feel the same way. See the big picture and see, that's beautiful. So this is it. So first of all, this is being illuminated. See the big picture. And it's through seeing the big picture that we tend to the small things. These small things are the things that are adding up. Yep. The things that have sort of been, if you would, infecting us. Or even the things that, it's like now you're starting to realize why it's important to not hide. Because look at all that I have to deal with now look at everything that's coming out. So it's hard for me to see these cards and not say to you, there's so much that's going to be obvious about the things that have been building up, whatever area in your life they've been building up. And these are both earth sign energy. So it could be in your pragmatic day to day, building up in the routine that you usually do every single day. Something's bringing it down. Something's making it sick. Something's making it not work. This is a sense of when you sit back and you look at things from a higher perspective, you start to see that a lot of dysfunctions and a lot of things become very clear about what is actually getting in your way. And then we have transformation is beautiful. This is you, but in reverse. And then trust the great mystery, also in reverse. So this energy has really, really, it's going to become very clear to you, all the things that have helped keep you down. Now, what things do I mean? Well, we have Virgo energy here, so that talks about what are the things in your routine every day that have actually helped to suppress you and hold you back. What are those things? And they're all coming up to the surface. Trust in the great mystery in reverse is like things, instead of you diving in, something's being revealed. Something's coming up. And it has to do with this, you being stuck, this sense of feeling like I'm stuck. And it's been building for a while, especially when I want to make an advancement. You have this Taurus energy here, giraffe spirit, see the big picture, right? This sense of overall looking at, so it could, overall looking at the big picture, financial things. Like little things that have been building up, now starting to see how big they've gotten. And it's coming to the surface. Interesting. And then we have in the past, clear out the clutter. So this is Cancerian energy. This is got to do with the family. But with frog, it's got to do with stuff that you needed to get out of the way in order to become your next self, become the self you were developing into. So what you're seeing now is the stuff that's impeded your progress. And it's becoming very clear now just how damaging it has been. Once again, this has something to do with work. This has something to do with, could be illness, could be your health, realization, even information that's being exposed or being shown to you, or you're finally, aha, I get it now. I realize this bugs me. Stay with me, Scorpio. It's like I'm all discombobulated. We're fighting ourselves. That's what I feel. This is the sense of I'm fighting myself, and you are, a powerful force to be reckoned with. So I wouldn't want to fight you, right? So how are you fighting you? There's something that you're fighting. What is going on? I can feel it so completely. Time for a deep dive. Maybe you've tried to keep things on the surface. You didn't want to see. Time for a deep dive, avoiding being loved, avoiding what you feel about love, avoiding something regarding a relationship. Time for a deep dive is like, it's like you don't want to move forward, you don't want to move on. You've kept something from happening, from continuing, from being born, from being realized. It's working through that Venus-Mars energy, which is now in your third house, communication, talking about things. You guys need to talk to somebody about these things that you're feeling. This has got to come up. And ultimately, if you've been getting stuck in your life or feeling stuck in your life, it's 150% because of this energy, this stuck energy. It's either not recognizing a love, realizing a love, or not wanting to look at probably the dysfunction that's happening within a relationship. Now, does this have to be your relationship? But it sure is a relationship that's impacting you. So it could be, maybe I don't want to see what's happening in my parents' relationship. Maybe I don't want to see what's happening in, you know, my child's relationship with their spouse. Maybe I don't want to see what's happening with my own relationship, that there are things that are going wrong and it was just easier for me to ignore them. Well, they can't be ignored anymore, especially since now the sun is illuminating what you've wanted more than anything for so very long. And so it's not like that 12th house can't be so mysterious anymore. There's almost a sense of, oh, maybe what you've tried to put off and been able to avoid by just focusing on a situation, or I'm focused on love. It's like I'm super obsessed over this relationship, and I'm now starting to see what I've been avoiding in the rest of my life, and how I've been using this relationship to actually help me to avoid some of the conflict and complications that I just have hidden away and don't want to see, or the sicknesses that I don't want to see. This is what's all coming out. And is it going to be a difficult time for you? Oh, hell yeah, it's going to be a difficult time. Having a good time, joyous celebration, not looking, it's almost like in some ways you don't want to look at the people who will tell you anything but what is good and what you want to hear. And then we have bringing balance back into your life by recognizing that somebody's talking bigger than they are. Somebody's talking bigger. Somebody's sharing things that they don't have a right to share. Somebody's saying things they don't have a right to say. This is that kind of conflict. Maybe you don't know how to address this situation because you feel really like you don't feel empowered to. But this is a sense of somebody's talking real big, but they don't realize who's listening. Or they don't realize that you knew that they were talking so big. And now there's a mess, right? Now there's a mess. And this is it. It's like you are trying, this is the challenge this week, is you're going to be tempted to escape this just by looking at what's good, what you love, through music, escape through music. Like, this is the challenge this week, is instead of facing this turmoil or this situation and asking for help or addressing this. And this is definitely a sense of somebody got your attention by talking big shit, by kind of saying what they knew you wanted to hear, or by maybe what you just wanted to hear. And ultimately it's not verifiable. And this is what's been building. And now it's kind of like, well, I don't want to think about it. That's the challenge, is addressing it. And I don't think you're going to be able to. This is a sense of being so overwhelmed by this, like, shock to the heart of what is, like, what this person's words really meant. That's what I just heard. It's like what this person's words really meant. Scorpio. God damn. Hold your vision, bring love into the situation. Yeah, you were definitely and that's your stuck moon, that moon in Scorpio right now. This sense of, all through Aquarius season, you were fixated on just staying in love and being in love and trying to make the situation work, or trying to rectify it, justify it, even fight yourself and it's like you were trying to convince yourself that something you knew to be true wasn't true. You were like doing this internally, and then we have nothing will come of this situation. This is void of course in the future, right? And then you're very close to achieving your goal, and luck is on your side. And that's why, because later on is what you realize is I've just got to focus on stuff that's more important. I've got to stop, like, oh my God, Scorpio. Give me a second. Give me a second. I've got too much to offer or too much to look forward to lie to myself anymore. My goals are so viscerally real. And ultimately, they're absolutely so possible that to continue to chase or defend or waste energy on what is just really was not meant to last is what's eventually going to draw you out and get you out of this need to stress yourself out, argue with yourself, fight yourself. And if you are one of the Scorpios who have already accepted this truth, then you're way the fuck ahead. There's just that sense of like, letting go to release yourself. It's shooting the arrow. That's what it is. It's shooting the arrow in the sky. But you have to let go in order to shoot it, right? What do you have to let go of? Whatever you're trying to convince yourself was meant to be, but that isn't actually meant to be. Because it was something that you put so much time and effort and energy in. Like there's one thing between being right and insisting that you're right. And there's just that level of, no, I gotta take my shot. I gotta take it. I gotta go for it. And there's this beautiful energy in your 5th house that is like, I know what I want so much now that I can't miss this shot because I'm sitting here with both hands occupied on what I've tried to hold down, even though it ain't what I'm fucking supposed to be holding down. And there's such an energy now of you realizing it. This is coming out a little bit in your future. Remember, this energy could go all week. Scorpio, fulfillment of wishes is here. And that may be, oh wow, this is what I just heard. Oh wow. Oh my God. Okay. Lots of stuff. So fulfillment of wishes and awareness. Now you know what's most important to you. What you really want. The things that you really want to come true. Divine intervention is here from the universe. Then we have love begins. And then we have wisdom. And then we have material harvest. And then we have triumphant success and accelerated motion. So it's almost like it's doubling back upon itself. This is not taking a great love out of your life. It's taking a great distraction out of your life so that you can actually come back to a phenomenal love. I don't know if who you've been loving is who you're meant to be loving, but ultimately you're about to do away with it if it's not, and be redirected to what's actually going to love you, provide for you, and bring your life forward, like move it forward to a sense of it's so magical and so timeless and so powerful. You'll actually be able to reset the clock and get back any lost time. At this point, that's how magical and powerful this time is. That whatever time you've wasted, as long as you drop it now, you'll be able to like rocket fuel yourself past where you would have been if you never got distracted. But it's like you got to drop it now. Just like the arch, it's like it's pulled back. You got to drop it now. You got to let it go and push. It'll rocket fuel you really to where your heart really desires. So that's what I'm saying is like you got a bullseye on your heart right now. Or no, you've got the bullseye of your heart like in guaranteed focus And you will not miss the shot if you take it now. But that requires you letting go. And what you've got to let go of is whatever delusion was, whatever delusion was distracting you, what you were trying to avoid. So let's get in a little bit to that. Like, what were you trying to avoid? Leg up is here, which is just exceptional energy, getting an advantage, taking the advantage, and yang energy. So, and I know Mars is a little compromised by Neptune now. So what is really fueling the yang energy is focus. That's the leg up. You're getting accelerated is what it is. This really exceptional acceleration. But what is it? Co-create. Something that you're working on with somebody else. This could be a new partnership, right? It's like, I want love so bad, I want love so bad, I want love so bad, that I'm holding on to this person in front of me. If I let them fucking go, all of a sudden I get exactly what I really wanted, or who I really wanted. And that's just like, forget about that. It may not even be romantic for you. It's almost like a sense of there is partnership here. You know, it's moving forward. It's being able, there's some sort of partnership. Does not have to be romance. Could be business. Could be friendship. It's advancing you. It's giving you the energy. It's giving you the fuel. It's like, oh, please take this opportunity. But you've got to let go of what you were deluding yourself with. Like, what was delusional. That has to be dropped. And I know it sounds weird, like in the sign of Pisces, you'd think you just get lost in the dreams, but that's the point. It's like you're getting lost to find yourself again. And let go of the real illusions. Let's go to tarot. I'll see you guys over there.